Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel. Obviously, it's been a couple days. I decided to take a break for the early part of the holidays. I mean, I'm not going to take another break for the New Year and whatnot, but for Christmas Eve and Christmas, I did take a break. I had a lot of stuff to do anyways. I did work Christmas Eve, and I had stuff to do that day and that night, and I had a busy day yesterday. So, welcome back to the channel, of course. Hopefully, you guys were okay with the break. Thank you guys all so much. Still for the continued support. I really do appreciate it. So let's hop into this video. We are here with Minnesota once again, and arguably the best team that we are gonna put out on the ice this season, which I'm incredibly excited for. So let's take a look at it. So obviously we've got Melvin Wagner on the top line with Igor Voinov, who is incredible. A 93 medium franchise at 22 years old, obviously playing with Montreal. He was drafted in Montreal. Very excited to see how he does on this team. Now, he wasn't doing that bad in his first two seasons, but last season, for some reason, he had a bit of a down year. So we'll see how he does this season. That'll be very interesting. And of course, Philip Ziska on that top pairing or on that top line as well. Now, oddly enough, the team or the line that I expected to be our top line of the future, Sillinger, Rossi, and Fiala, is actually our second line. So I have Fiala on the second line over Matanen, which I will explain now because I think Fiala is probably more valuable on the second line. I think he's got much better all around stats. To be a second line forward instead of a third line forward. I mean, he can be a third liner, but at the same time, obviously, his contract went up in price, and he's only an 83, and he's still got 4 years left on this contract. And I really want Kevin Fiala to retire as a Minnesota Wild. But, I mean, I really think that if he plays on this second line with Rossi and Sillinger, that hopefully this will be the move so they can all grow. Or I'll at least get a bit of growth. I mean, if Fiala can even go back up to an 85, even an 84 really would be great, but an 83 really hurts because, he's still got 4 years left on that contract, and it's almost $7 million that we are paying him. Now, though, for our third line, we've got Jyrki Matanen, who is a pretty interesting player. See, he's 25, but like I said, like you look at his stats, and they're really all over the place. He has incredibly good deking, passing, shot blocking, stick checking, discipline, offensive awareness, acceleration, endurance, balance, speed, a pretty just regular physical category, and a pretty poor shot. So, I think he'll be fine on the third line. It'll make for a really fast third line, alongside Philip Kurashev, who is a similar contract. He's dropped quite a significant amount. I mean, I know we only signed him, I think, at an 84, but $5 million for 3 years. I mean, it's not that bad, but it also isn't the greatest contract. I've really been signing some awful contracts, such as Victor Arvidsson. Like, I signed him to a pretty hefty deal. Thankfully, he's on the last year of his deal, but still. So yeah, that makes up our third line, and the fourth line has not changed, I believe. Jackson Phillips, Joe Landry, and William Eklund continue to make out our bottom line. So that's the forward core. Defensively, we've got Ian DeKaiser with Kalen Addison once again, and now we have Victor Soderstrom with Petri Vukola, which I'm very excited to see how that pairing does. And then we have Ralph Dinger and Justin Barron, which is actually two right-handed defensemen, even though Ralph Dinger is a left-handed defenseman, so that's very weird to me. But I'm going to be playing him on the left since he is a lefty, and Barron will be on the right since he is a righty, and that means, well, if you know, there is a player missing, so we will go over that here shortly. The goaltending is Lee Owen with Dave Skill, or Skilly. Yeah, pretty solid tandem as well. Now, looking at our AHL team, we've got Preston Anderson and Tuomo Olivo, which I'm interested to see if he'll grow at all, just because he's got that medium elite potential. And then this is the forward core. You can look at it pretty quickly. It's not that great. It's not that bad. I actually need to sign two defensemen because Leach, excuse me, Jesus. Leach and McLaren are unsigned players. They're not our players. They're just in free agency, so I could go sign them, but I'm actually not going to. I'm just going to see what we currently have for defensemen that are not signed because I'm sure I can sign some. So yeah, Tarnqvist, he can be signed. Might as well. He'll just accept that. And then Lebedev, might as well sign him as well, even though he's pretty poor for a medium elite prospect. So yeah, there we go. Those two contracts are now signed, which means we can now just best lines it again. Because again, I don't really care that much about the AHL team. I mean, the only players that I really care about are Ferguson, Irwin. I mean, kind of Nylander, Guerin, and Grolo, but not as much. Downey isn't that bad either. I kind of actually like him higher in the lineup. Let's be real. I'm just gonna put him on the top line. Vasakis, meh. Kasparaitis, meh. Lieb, meh. I mean, whatever. He's fine. Simmons, again, similar. I don't think he's signed. No, he's not. So we actually could sign a forward too, but I'm not going to. And then defensively, that obviously looks a little bit better. Not that this is a great pairing. I am going to play Lebedev on the top or on the second pairing just because he has a much better potential than Knight, and just so then we don't have any minuses. So that is the teams, or what the teams are going to be looking like heading into this season. Now, quickly, before we move on, I would like to find a trade for the defenseman that you guys obviously know is currently missing from the lineup. So let's take a look. So we have obviously 381 overall defenseman and Rod Quincy. Rod Quincy is not playing. I mean, it'll free up a little bit of cap for us. He's not that great anyways, and I think, like, if you're looking at this, would you rather play Ralph Dinger or would you rather play Rod Quincy? You know, it's between them. So we're going to try to trade away Rod Quincy for something. Let's see. I was going to say maybe a draft pick would be nice, just since, of course, we gave up our first, second, and third. I did not mean to add Voinov. But yeah, of course, we gave up our first, second, and third in exchange for Voinov there. So I would honestly prefer draft picks. So a third, ideally. So I'm thinking maybe Pittsburgh there, because they had a third and a fourth, I think. Oh, sorry, it was the Islanders. So a third and a fourth for Quincy to the Islanders. I don't know if they need a defenseman, but they're getting him anyways. So there we go. That makes it a little bit better, just because that makes our draft situation a lot less worse. The third was for next year, wasn't it? I didn't even realize. Well, that's okay. Was it for next year or was it for the next season? Was it the Red Wings pick? I honestly didn't even look. So, okay. Well, I mean, that doesn't really help our draft situation this year, but maybe we can look at getting some draft picks later on. So, let's start off the season sim. I showed you guys the lines. I didn't show you the special teams. They are edited, though, as to how I wanted them. So let's just sim to the new year and see how this team goes about things, because I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. Apparently, I've signed a goalie. Cool. Cool. I mean, whatever. Levo and Crawford for Dominic Cahoon. He's got a lot of money, so he must be pretty solid. Let's see. Oh, he's got a lot of value, actually. Oh, he's trash. He's not, but yeah, I'm just not going to make that trade. Lieb, Conley, Pedersen, Isbister, all signed. So apparently we just must not have had any contracts, which is fine, I guess. I really didn't know that. To be honest, I didn't know how many we had, so I guess that works anyways. Yeah, well, we're up to 45 contracts now. And yeah, we're going to come back to these guys here in a few minutes, because we've got some extensions that I would definitely like to take care of. So I guess I'm just going to come back down to the AHL and best lines it again. We'll see how that changes. So I do not want Lieb on the top pairing. Oh, wait, actually, no, right. So I had signed some forwards and I had signed some defensemen, I think. Yes. I did it off screen. I totally forgot to mention it. Yes, that was my bad. Okay, that's why. Yeah, sorry guys. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so I did that off camera for you guys just to make it quicker. While we have Aiden and Keegan Lieb. Let's go. We've got the brothers. Yeah, and some of these players actually weren't that bad, like Keegan Lieb. we have, who am I missing? I'm missing someone that I wanted playing. Who was it? Am I? Maybe I'm not. Was it Ferguson I'm thinking? I think it's Ferguson I'm thinking of. Yeah, Orlando Irwin and Connor Ferguson. Yeah, I just want them on the top line, so that is fine. Defensively, we don't really have any tremendous defensive prospects, so I'm just going to keep it the way it is, to be honest. And the goaltending, we've got Ferguson, and we do have Kvasha, but I'm going to put Levo in anyways, just to let him play. So, there we go. Okay, now everything should be fine, and we should be ready to get on with the simulation. We're already 10 minutes into this video, and was not expecting it to take this long to get into the simulation. So let's start it off. Paradis, no thank you. I'm just not going to really make any... Ooh, I should really change the scouts up. Yeah, I'll do it after. I just don't want to do it right now. It's just time consuming. Most of the scouts and coaching things in this game are really time consuming, and they're quite annoying, so I'm just not going to really, well, I could, but I'm just not going to do it right now anyways. So let's go. We are officially underway with the, I believe, eighth or ninth season of this series. We're getting along pretty fast, I find. So far, starting off 3-2-0 in our first 5 games, which isn't that great, but we could be Nashville. That's 2-3-0. So, you know, overall, I guess hopefully we're just more of a winning team than a losing team. A big loss to the Kings there, 14 goals in that game, and now we're on a 2-game losing streak, make it a 3-game losing streak, and in the first 10 games we went 5-5. So Igor Voinov probably scores 5 goals on his former team, because, yeah, screw you, Montreal. Boston starting off the season very well at 9-3-0. Levo, I mean, I could trade him away. Like, Lebedev and Levo I could realistically trade away, but probably not going to, just because I don't want to cheese the game too hard. We're actually struggling a lot right now. In our last 6 games, we've only won once, so that's not very good. 8-10-1 currently is our record. Thankfully, we beat Boston there. Now heading into an Eastern Conference road trip. We beat the Islanders, we beat the Rangers, and we beat the Pens. Now another back-to-back from the east to the west. So we lose to Ottawa, and we get a point from Dallas, so that's not great. We lose to Edmonton. Can we beat Calgary here? Because we definitely got to beat some Western Conference teams, and now we're on a 4-game losing streak. So we go on a 4-game win streak, and now we're on a 5-game losing streak. I love the streakiness of this team currently. And we win the last game of November, against Edmonton. So now in the month of December, a pretty busy month by the looks of things. So hopefully we can get more wins than losses. Let's see. We've got a few games in hand on Anaheim, so hopefully we can get ahead of them. But we are struggling on another 4-game losing streak. I don't know why this team just keeps going on such big losing streaks. 14-18-01 is not a good record. I'd like to be at least 500 heading into the new year, so can we make that happen? I don't know. We seem to be struggling so far. We've got 4 games left until January 1st. We win 1. Okay, Detroit's a pretty good team. They've got a lot of points. We lose to them, and we will be negative heading into the new year by 3 games. Okay, so 18-21-1 heading into the new year is not a good record at all. Philip Ziska leading the way. We aren't too far out of a playoff spot, but somehow this team is just not doing it. We are very close to the bottom of the league, actually. The Senators are the worst at 30, and then the Flames and Devils at 33, then the Canadiens, the Predators, and the Kings at 34, and then us at 37. So we are bottom 8, I think, right now, which is just really surprising. I didn't think this team was going to be this poor, but so far we are. Voinov is over point per game, so I mean our top line isn't doing bad. Realistically, would like a little bit better out of Melvin Wagner, but that's okay. Rossi, Mattinen, Sillinger. Oof, Yala, I think our second line is struggling. I might have to put Mattinen up on that second line, unfortunately. Soderstrom, Addison. Surprised Soderstrom honestly has this many points. I don't think he's ever put up this many points in his career in a season. Well, he did a few seasons ago, twice with Arizona, but well, I guess a couple times with Arizona, but he seems to be on pace for a career high, actually. Wow, it just seems that there's really not a lot of points coming from this team, apart from our top line, which of course is an issue. Vukola isn't doing near as good as I was expecting. Figured he'd be right around that 25-point range again. That's what I was hoping for at least, but unfortunately that is not the case so far. Where was DeKaiser? DeKaiser only has 7 points, and our D-core is struggling. Most of our team is struggling. Actually, before we move on from the stats, what are the goaltenders doing this season? Pretty poor as well. A lot of goals. They're just giving up a lot of goals. So it seems to be that our team defensively isn't that great by the looks of things. So I am going to change the lines up around a little bit. Arvidsson's down to an 80, so I'm probably just going to send him down the lineup, to be honest. What's the move here? Well, it's going to be Phillips or Eklund, and I think I'm going to give it to Eklund. Well, let's see. Does anyone give them a +1? No. Okay. Well, Eklund at least gives the bottom pair, or well, I guess Phillips at least gives the bottom line a positive ratio, but this decor, like -8 from DeKaiser and -8 from Addison, -8 from Vukola, -5 from Soderstrom, +9 from Dinger, and +7 from Barron. So arguably our best pairing is the bottom pairing. I might just change around Soderstrom and Addison just to try it out. And then for goaltending again, yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's anything I can do about the goaltending right now. I did not mean to do that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why our team is being or struggling so hard right now. Like, should I be looking at maybe making a trade? Because like I want this team to make the playoffs, but I would expect this team to make the playoffs. I know the goaltending could be a little bit better, but still, like, it's not like our team is bad around that. We got a pretty solid D core, and I think we have a pretty good forward core. But like I said, it just doesn't really seem like much is coming apart from our top line. I mean, like, the middle six doesn't seem to be doing that bad, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to do here. I really don't know what to do here. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I think we'll just roll with the changes I made. So we definitely could use some goal scoring by the looks of it. Because Ziska leading the way with 24 isn't bad, but then it drops off quite a bit after that. Like, you'd expect Melvin Wagner to be a better goal scorer than what he currently is. Maybe I should change it or those top lines, because Ziska is scoring and Wagner is not, so maybe I should switch them around. I guess that's really the only option I got. What about if I put Fiala on that top line? See, that was actually something I was thinking about doing, was putting Fiala on that top line. Yeah, I might try this, to be honest. So I think this definitely spreads out our team a little bit more evenly. We'll see how it goes, I guess, guys. Whew, a little nervous now. Like I said, I really wasn't expecting this team to do so poor, but unfortunately, that's just the way things have currently gone. So we're just going to sim up to the deadline, really having no idea what I plan on doing for the rest of the season, but it really depends on how we play these last 2 months. So we've got a pretty quiet month in January. Only, 3, 6, 9... only 11 games here in January, so hopefully we can get some wins. Wow, these line changes seem to be doing a lot better than what we originally were doing. Currently on a 7-8 game win streak as we head into the All-Star break, while we are off for, what is that, 9 days, jeez. I think, 9 days, so an 8 game win streak, though, can't complain about that. And now we look like a much better team. After the All-Star break, we lose to Buffalo, and a back-to-back to end off the month. We win one and we lose one, so that's actually not that bad. So, like I said, an 8-game win streak was very surprising there. I was not expecting that at all. So that's nice. And now we're in February. Hopefully, gonna continue to add some wins to this team because I definitely want to make sure we're above 500 heading into the trade deadline. Which, I mean, so far it's looking like we will. We are currently in third in the division, which is good. Thankfully, our division is relatively weak once again, which definitely helps our case out a lot for this team. So, alright, I'm going to stop the simulation now. I think it'll go over the Vegas game, which is fine. So we are 32, 29, and 1, which is not great, but it's also not that bad. We are, like I said, we are third in the division, but it's a pretty poor division, but it's also somewhat competitive. So it's between us, the Blackhawks, and the Jets, really, for the third spot in the division, because I don't think our team is going to be getting a wild card, or our division is going to be getting a wild card spot. Because the Blues have played 3 more games than all of us, and they have the same amount of points as the Jets. So now let's see what this team is looking like, because they seem to pick it up, or they've seemed to pick it up. So Ziska, all right. Ziska and Voinov are still doing fine. Wagner, about the same, I believe, actually. Rossi, not doing bad. Sillinger, Addison picked it up. He seemed to pick it up a lot. Matanen, he seemed to slow down, even though I didn't really change him. I just changed Arvidsson, so Fiala is struggling a lot. I don't know if it's the move having him on that top line either, but unfortunately the team has just been doing better since then. So Soderstrom now has a new career high in points. I mean, if he's actually going to be putting up points for us, that's going to be really, really awesome, because I expected him to just be a pure defensive defenseman, really. But I mean, if he can put up close to 30 points a season, I'm definitely okay with that. But it's still, our bottom 6 seems to be struggling a fair amount. Ian DeKaiser with only 9 points, but he's up to a 0, which is nice. And the goaltending, they seem to both pick it up, actually. Actually, I think skill had gotten worse while Owen got better, which, I mean, I would rather our starter be better. So this is very interesting, guys. I still think we should really look at targeting a goal scorer if we are. I'm gonna go conservative buyer. If we do plan on making a trade, which I'm really not too sure if I'm going to yet or not, but like I said, a goal scorer would be ideal. So, these first two, man, Jack Hughes and Alex Holtz, a 93, a 91. I mean, Gormley isn't playing, but he's an 89. Beauvillier's an 87. Wow. Okay, so who can score? Out of all these players, no one can. Unfortunately, I did not mean to do off the market. Let's see everyone that is available, and I want to see who can score some goals. Because that is definitely what we need the most help with. You could bring Tarasenko back. Not going to do that, though. Ryan Merkley. I mean, he's only an 85. He's no like 91 beast like he is in Moncton, but it would still be nice to have him, although he's very expensive. I meant to be sorting by goals. Timo Meyer. Timo Meyer's pretty expensive. I think we had him on the team for a little bit as well. I can't remember if we did or not, though. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I really don't remember. I think we did. Let me check that, actually. I think I can. Because I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we did have Timo Meyer on this team for a little bit. But he can actually score some goals. Oh, no, I don't think we did. Okay. Did we? No, it doesn't. Okay, no, it doesn't look like we did. So, I mean, yeah, he can actually score a decent amount of goals. That's interesting. He's obviously very expensive, which I definitely don't like the contract, especially given the contracts that are currently coming up this season. So, I mean, I would be okay with trading him away as long as like they're retaining half the salary, which, you know what, I might try it. And I honestly do think this trade would go through. for Lebedev, but I feel pretty cheese about that, so I'm definitely not going to do that. So I'm going to add someone else to this deal, someone that's a little bit younger that's on the NHL team. So obviously, Vukola, he's not going anywhere, so never mind. Let's just sort it by forwards, because this will make it easier for us. So obviously, Landry is an option. Phillips is an option. And where is Eklund? Eklund is an option as well. Eklund's on an expiring deal. Phillips is on a 2-year deal. And Landry's on a 2-year deal at the cheapest. So, honestly, I don't think this makes it much more realistic, but I would just much rather that. So, could we get this to go through is the question. I mean, they get a good prospect. It's pretty unlikely he does turn into anything, but I might add another prospect to this, to be honest, just to make myself feel a little bit better about what I'm doing. So let's add a medium starter goalie who's actually not that bad. So I think this will go through unless they're really not a fan of the salary retention, but let's try it. Timo Meier, trade rejected. Okay, so they aren't willing to give up that amount of cap. So what are the odds we add Levo in this and then that goes through? Well, that doesn't look like it's going to go through because of how much cap I'm asking for them to retain. Is there anyone that's unsigned that has a lot of value? LaPointe, but I don't want to get rid of him. Crawford honestly doesn't seem that good, so again, will this go through? Man, there's actually no way they wouldn't take that. Like, I know it's a lot of money to retain, but still. Alright, so can we try $5 million then? I just don't think I need to get rid of those two. So, will that go through? It will not. Okay, because I really don't want to get him if I'm paying him any more than like $6 million. So let's try this. That means he'll be on a, $5.5 million contract, which isn't that bad. That will not go through. And this is the last straw, so if this doesn't go through, then I will not be making this trade. That does not go through, so, okay. Timo Meier is not an option then. Alright, let's continue looking, I guess, then. Let's see if we can find a goal scorer. I like it. Timo Meier so far has been the best option. I saw Tynan there, Tucker Tynan, and I'm like, wait, 30 goals, but now he's a goalie, so. Patty Kane. How cool would that be? He's on the last year of his deal, and he's 40, so, like, there's no way he's still playing after this season, right? Nazem Kadri, also on an expiring deal. He's actually not that bad for goals, really. Where did he go? Nas. So he's 38. He's pretty old as well. It's really not that bad. That is really not that bad. I think I might actually look into Nas a little bit. Let's just keep looking, though. We're getting to the point where, like, the overalls, is this really useful? Okay, so let's go back to Nas. I think Nas is actually the move. So, Nazem the Dream. What does Pittsburgh want for you? Not a lot. Who do I add to this? I might honestly just add Levo in here. Just kidding. Has too much retained salary. Oh, that's weird. I didn't even know. Whoa. Didn't even know you could do that. That's cool. I could just retain their whole contract, I guess, apparently. I'm not going to retain any salary off of Kadri. I don't really need to. Just because he's on an expiring deal. I just want to make sure that he is not signed next season. Is he? It says he's signed there, so let's go take a look. Because if he is, I just want to make sure it's not a big contract. No, okay, he's not. Alright. Alright, so that definitely goes through, obviously. Um, so I would like a draft pick back. Please. Oh, who's that goalie? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, odds? Can I get the second round pick back? I don't think so. I mean, Levo's honestly grown a few overall already, and he's still only 18. Like, he honestly might turn into something, but I really don't know. So they don't want to give up the second, which is understandable. So can I have some picks down the road from you guys then? 2/3 and a fourth. That does not go through. A third and a fourth. That does not go through. Huh? Okay, so I get the third, I believe next, or I think this season. So Nazem Kadri is now on this team. Now let's see if we can find a trade for one of those low overall bottom six players that we have, because someone such as probably Eklund, just since he's on an expiring deal where the other two are currently signed, I actually can get something for him. Joseph Wall. We're just gonna do Philly. Sure, a fifth and a seventh. That's fine with me. I think both those picks were next year, but that's fine. So there we go. Okay, I think we should be good for this season now. Now, unfortunately, I haven't done the extensions yet, so obviously seeing Matt in there, he has such a little value, and I honestly wouldn't be opposed to trading him away. I just don't really like his stats that much. Like, he's just very good in some places and he's very poor in other places. What could I get for Jyrki Mäkinen? Like, I would prefer something decent. I actually might look into a trade for that. Preferably someone that's pretty solid. Jesus, Beauvillier's making a lot of money. What the hell? Alex Turcotte, that would be cool. I've never used Alex Turcotte before. I mean, someone that's preferably on a multi-year deal that's not getting paid too much. Well, I mean, Darnell Nurse is pretty solid, but he's making a lot of money. Eriksson, heck, we could bring back. Tyson Jost, Marcus Pettersson, Logan Brown, Alex Fermenton. Doesn't really put up points. Owen Tippett, wow. Owen Tippett's making a lot of money. Jesus. You know what, guys? I think that's actually going to be it. I don't think I'm going to make any more changes. So, yeah, let's end the deadline. And let's get to the end of the season then, I guess. And let's see what this team is going to look like. Nas is in the lineup. I just want to make sure. Why did it change the lines? Like, I hate when that happens. What were the lines that I even had? I think I had them like this. Close to this, at least. Okay, there. Defensively, that is fine. Okay, so now let's sim to the end of the season. Yeah, let's see what this brings us, I guess. I just got a call. I just need to text my girlfriend, because if I don't, that could be bad. So let's end the season here. Sorry about that, guys. She's on her way to my house. I just want to make sure that she knows I'm alive. She knows I'm recording, but alright, so let's see. How does this season end for us? The Jets have gotten a lot better. Okay, I see that they're pretty close to us now. We're still third in the division currently, and we definitely should hit 40 wins here. We're getting a lot of losses still. I mean, 34 losses is a lot of losses, but we're up to second in the division. This division is not good at all. Up to 40 wins, and I mean, that should be the season. Whoa, we just dropped a lot. Yo, what happened? No, we missed. How did we miss? What happened? Oh my God, what happened? What the hell? How the hell did we miss? Oh no! We lost 2 of our last 3 games of the season, and Dallas and Winnipeg both won. How did we miss? Oh my god, how did we miss? Oh my god. How did we miss? There's no way, man. We were in second, we dropped to 4th in 1 day. We lost. Why? We lost 4 of our last 5 games. We literally just needed 1 win. We honestly, I think we only needed 1 point. Oh man. How did we miss? Oh, that is heartbreaking. I did not expect this team to miss. Holy shit, Nazem Kadri. Jesus Christ. No way, man. How do we miss? That is so crazy. That is so upsetting. Oh my god. Man, that sucks. I'm so sorry, guys. I really did think we were going to hit it. Well, I'm going to end the episode now because that is heartbreaking. Damn, that sucks. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. What the hell? Bye-bye.